Exactly like that. Did you type that?
Yep, you are. You are good to go. Alright, so we are live. I'm going to go ahead and pause the stream because I don't need to see it. I just want to make sure it actually showed that we were live, and I'm moving you. And we are now recording. So, we can get things started. So this is our third episode. Technically it's episode 2 of the OSRS show, but now it's actually going to be episode 1 because we're changing our name. We went through a little bit of a change here this week, guys. So we're going to be doing the OS version of the show the first half, and then we will have a regular RuneScape 3 part the second half. We decided that, you know, both games are different in their own ways, but they're both based on the same engine and the same group of people. Most of the people that play one play the other too.
I'm going to get Coke. I heard
Yeah.
your Coke, you bastard.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, we figured that we would go ahead and just do the show with both OS and RS3. So, after going over that, I'm going to go ahead and start us off with introductions. I am Subtlty, however you want to call me. You're up. Blood. Apparently Bloodhound went AFK. He's Bloodhound 34 with us as well. And then here in a few minutes, Budddy and Constantrs will both be joining us as well. They're both running a few minutes late. I'm dying. So, we're going to start, well, normally we would start here with the what we did the past week, whether it be in RS3 or OSRS or just in general, but unfortunately half of our cast isn't here, so I think we're just going to go ahead and start jumping into the patch notes. As it seems like I'm doing this by myself right now. So up first we do have the poll blog, which was Vorkath Uniques, Dragon Items, and more. They did some changes there.
And our other brother is home.
Buddy, have Buddy get in.
He's about to.
Okay, cool. So the first change that they had, this was actually on January 16th, was the Dragon Bone necklace. They added that. And there is a Vorkath, oh God, I cannot speak English. A Vorkath drop. The stats on it are...
That, yeah.
Say what?
They buffed the drops on that now.
What's up, lad?
Hey, hey.
We just call him Vlad.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was Russian.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy.
Well, my name's Buddy. I play old school. Yeah, I play a main, and I'm playing a not a hardcore, but just an Iron Man as well right now. And I've been playing for about 13 years probably.
So we were going over the changes, the first set of changes for January 16th of 2018. Did you see those patch notes? They buffed the Dragon Bone necklace was the first thing that's dropped by Vorkath.
Oh, really? No, I didn't get a chance to check that out yet, but so what'd they buff?
The Dragon Bone necklace that's dropped by Vorkath.
Yeah.
And they give it +6 prayer, which it was +6 already, so they made it +12.
Okay. I feel like that's a good idea. It's decently hard to get. You know what I mean? You gotta go all the way through completing Dragon Slayer 2, and then kill the boss enough times to get the Dragon Bone necklace.
That sounds like really high, though. Like, think about it. Like, I think what's the bonus on like a holy symbol? Hold on.
+6?
Nah,
Or maybe
it can't be that
+8.
high.
I don't know. Well, why
Oh,
you
it
look?
is +8. Never mind. All right, I guess that's not bad. I thought it was gonna be like +2 or something.
Yeah, this is based on polls. So that was one of the questions they polled. Another one they polled was, should the prayer drain when equipping the Dragon Bone necklace be removed? It will replace it with a delay of 9 seconds before the burying of a bone becomes effective. Like, I don't know if you guys know how that necklace works. Is when you equip it, it takes 50 prayer points from you, but then every bone that you bury, which there's a scrimshaw or it's an aura, an RS3 that does this basically, but every bone that you bury gives you a certain amount of prayer points back, and that's basically what it does. So they and the main reason it takes the 50 away is because they didn't want you to just swap it to bury bones, because if you put it on, you've got to bury a heck of a lot of bones to get 50 prayer back. And I guess that one didn't pass. Then they said, should the prayer requirement to equip Dragon Bone Necklace be lowered from 80 to 70? And that one did not pass as well, it looks like. I don't know, I can't tell for sure reading it. They buffed the Dragonfire Wand. They gave it +10 in the defense.
I'm not surprised that they kept it at like people voted for 80 instead of 70. I mean, it's such a prestigious thing to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have it yet.
I mean, either you're gonna spend the mills on it, or you're gonna do the quest and kill the boss.
I would probably get it from the boss. But I can't do it right now. I don't even have nearly enough prayer. Super anti-fires were brought into the game. There was a Dragon Hunter crossbow. Increases both accuracy and damage by 10% when fighting dragons.
Interesting.
It looks like they changed the way dragon boots appear, because they were dull looking. Now they brightened them up a little bit. I think it was the same with the dragon helms.
I mean, I agree with that. I don't know. I didn't think that they looked dull, but I mean, most people thought they looked dull. It's not gonna hurt anything to make them look better, right?
I don't know, it all depends, because then you're getting close to that RuneScape HD, and a lot of people beg to differ with you on that one. But a lot of people will also say, oh yeah, do the RuneScape HD. So,
yeah.
Alright, so then we had some Fossil Island improvements. January 16th. A mini task list was added to the archaeologist camp. I've never actually made it out to Fossil Island, but then again, I'm still only like level 20 something on old school, so yeah, I think it'd be kind of suicidal to go out there right now. They did some changes to the birdhouses. When you dismantle them, now they'll return some of your clockwork, which was used to build them. There's a few other small changes there. They added a few too. I do believe they added Maple, mahogany, yew, and magic and redwood log tree houses.
Nice.
They
We haven't
changed the
got a
under.
chance.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say we haven't got a chance to. Yeah, I didn't miss the summoning talk yet, did I?
Not yet. That's coming up
Yeah.
next.
Good.
Changes to the underwater agility and thieving. They added some glistening mermaid tears to the thieving portion of it. They changed some of the drift net fishing. They added a bank tune. Oh, excuse me. And they added a new mermaid that's like the like when you go farming, the goblins that hold your stuff.
Yeah.
So she holds your drift nets, so you can just leave them there instead of having them in your inventory. They changed the wyverns on the fossil island. They lowered their defense levels from 120 to 90, and the ancient defense levels went from 220 to 150. I feel like that's a huge difference.
You said it went from what to what?
The fossil wyvern's defense levels decreased from 120 to 90 to match skeletal wyverns,
Yeah.
and then the ancient wyvern's defenses levels went from 220 to 150.
Yeah, that's a pretty big drop. But people
Yeah.
just weren't making as much money as they were at. So like there was no point in going there. You know what I mean? Like if it was gonna take you so long to get a kill, and it wasn't gonna make you any money. So that's why they thought it needed to change. Because like I know people are saying that rune dragons are more AFK than those wyverns, and make way more money, and they're way easier.
We were just dropped in by Constant. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Constant.
Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry, I just got back from driving from home to where I'm at in college. So it was a fun experience.
Long trips are always fun.
Oh yeah. So what are we covering right now? Sorry, I'm a
At the
little late.
moment, we're talking about the Fossil Island improvements that came out in January 18th from or for OSRS, and we're actually
Okay.
almost done with those. So
Cool.
they had some other changes. Implings can spawn on there. Volcano Mine sells volcanic ash, and a few other small changes.
You guys talked about Warcraft's buff table. Did you guys talk about that last week? I wasn't here.
Um, I don't. I think we might have touched on it, but I don't think we actually covered it. Like I said, I've never ventured out to do. I haven't even done Dragon Slayer 1, let alone 2. So I don't know what the loot table for Vorkath looks like.
Well, they basically made it better. It was garbage at first and not worth doing, and not worth killing him. And then they made it basically on par with Zora. So
Well, that's good, because I know Zolara has been the boss to go to for the longest time.
yeah, Zora makes some cheddar. Right?
They did have, I don't know if you guys saw, or well, I know you guys saw, but they had an old school RuneScape Q&A on YouTube. I actually listened to it while I was at work, so I don't have like a word for word, but I know that one of the interesting things that I saw on there was they were talking about different things that they wanted to add to the game and doing some little mini straw polls. So I had one I stole one from this show. They asked, and this will be our straw poll for the week this week, so that'll be put up here after the show. But they wanted to know, what do you guys think about bringing summoning to OSRS? We'll go ahead and start with we'll start with Constant, because Constant's the least schooled in OS.
So what do I feel about bringing summoning to old school?
Yes.
I feel like you know, since I play RS3, like it's not that big of a deal, but like I know it's a big deal because it's not old school if you keep adding things from RS3 to old school, and it's just like making a dollar version of RS3. I personally feel like they shouldn't add it, and when they pulled the polls for you know, I mean, more people didn't want it than the people who wanted it, so I think they should stick to that and not add it to old school.
All right, buddy, you're our resident OSRS main. What's your thoughts on summoning?
If they added summoning, I'd probably quit playing. To be honest with you, because I tried RS3 on max combat on RS3, I didn't have as much fun, and it's not just the nostalgia feeling; it's just how the game runs on old school. I like it better. It's also the nostalgia also is like nice, you know what I mean? But it's not just that, which everyone thinks that's what just like why the only reason why people play old school. I just like the way the game runs better. So summoning's very imbalanced and very I don't know. I don't like it. I got it to 99 on RS3, so I feel like I can have a very good opinion about it. I personally hated the skill. I think it's pointless, and it makes it more easy scape because you can have basically an entire another inventory with you when you go bossing, and like that doesn't make the game hard. That just makes it easy on you. Um, and I'm personally scared, honestly. I think that the numbers were way too close in the poll that they did. That if it would have been, I feel like the people that play nowadays are definitely not old school people. They're new kids that are just trying to jump on the bandwagon and ruining the game little by little. I feel like it should have been like 90-10%, 90 being no to summoning. Instead, it was just 52-48, which really scares me for the future of old school RuneScape.
I'm sure it'll get repulled easily. I'm positive it'll get repulled and then eventually passed because remember, Dragon Claws were voted out twice with really close polls, and they pulled it a third time, and then it passed. So I'm sure summoning will be back and heard about again, and I'm positive it'll come to RS3 or old school. Sorry, I'm calling it RS3 now because it's just what it is. It's a dumbed down version of it.
So I'm
Yep.
split. I'm split on it because I know that it is RS3, basically, you know, and old school's nice, but I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I hate summoning as a skill, but I like some of the utility that it does bring because, like you said, it does make things like bossing and stuff like that very easy.
Kind of makes me feel like we got cheated, to be honest. Like when we had that huge vote to bring back old school. You know, they were like, if we get this many votes, we promise to have a dedicated team to develop the game. And so far, their ideas is they keep bringing up all of this RuneScape 3 content. Like, even though, you know, like, for example, Warcraft is not in RuneScape 3, which is nice. There was a new boss, new quest. It's not RuneScape 3 related. But the rewards, most of them are RuneScape 3 related. The Dragon Plate Body, the Dragon Kite Shield. So it's like, they're trying to, it'd be like me trying to hand you a rotten apple and say, this will taste good if you ate it 3 years ago. But 3 years ago it was good, so you should like it still. It's just, they're pushing dead content on us. I feel like we're being cheated because we were promised developers that would care about the game and progress the game, not, you know, progress it down the same path that created RuneScape 3.
I do feel like, though, they are different developers because we don't have the Squeal of Fortune yet. We don't have,
exactly.
Yeah, there's no boxes to open up every day. There's no microtransactions yet.
Bond.
Bonds don't really count. I know you guys know I played EVE Online, and bonds are a godsend. I'm glad that RuneScape finally picked them up and took them because.
No, I like bonds too. I'm just saying, it's still a form of microtransactions. Because think about it. Let's say I buy bonds, right? I spend $10 on bonds with the explicit, the sole purpose of me buying these bonds from Jagex is to get gold. So I have now essentially paid $10 real money for, this bond or 2 bonds, whatever, and I've traded it off to somebody else for gold. So in theory, let's say I traded the bonds off to you. You traded me 5 mil for my $10 real life.
5 mil is either very cheap or very expensive, depending upon what game we're talking about.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's still microtransactions, which bonds I don't mind. Squeal of Fortune, to be honest. If people want to do that on RuneScape 3, let it happen. You can't really stop it. They've got to make money because they ruined their initial game and they're slowly ruining this game. Like, I was talking to Constant a couple days ago. You might remember this conversation. Now, Sub, you definitely would remember this. Do you remember back in the old days, RuneScape used to have, you would not find a world with less than 1,500 people on it. On every world. RuneScape was always packed.
Yeah, I remember when there was 2 trade worlds on RuneScape, and both
That
of
was
them would be
impossible.
full. You'd be spamming the button to try and log in to sell your stuff, but
Mhm.
that was before the GE.
Exactly, but still, even in those days, RuneScape was thriving. Memberships were $5 a month. The game was, again, you might get 1, 2, if it was a really good year, 3 updates per year, and they were all usually small things. The Dark Bow or something like that. Small, subtle. It makes a decent change in the game, but there's still ways to beat it. Like, you can tank out a Dark Bow hit. It's not terrible. So those were the good days. And then RuneScape 3 hit, and it's like Jagex just lost so much revenue. They went from making, let's say, $100 million to like $20 million. It was a devastating blow to Jagex, and I feel like they tried making up for it with Old School, and now it's just slowly backfiring on them because, again, they're pushing the same crap that we didn't like in the first place.
No, a lot of their problem actually was when they sold out and they got bought by that Chinese place. I don't remember. It's like an oil company or something like that. And I don't know if you know this or not, but most Chinese games are actually chocked full of microtransactions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most Chinese games are
it's all
pay
RuneScape
to
3.
win.
Oh yeah, it's all RuneScape 3. I've played some of those. Remember when we were younger, we played that one game. I can't remember what it was called, but it kind of looked like World of Warcraft, but it was like definitely a Chinese game. You remember what I'm talking about? Because I really wanted the Santa hat in that game too.
Yeah, I remember, but I can't remember what the heck it's called.
Yeah,
Free World or something like that.
You could go you could go kill bosses and stuff. That wasn't a problem. But most of that game was all about, Fashionscape, which is RuneScape 3. And don't get me wrong, for cosmetic things, even in old school, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Even in old school, if they wanted to bring microtransactions purely for cosmetics, do it. That's not a bad idea. I think that a lot of people, like to dress up their character in their own ways. Personally, RuneScape 3, I have the chef's outfit because of my clear choice. I like it. I think having cosmetics is a great way to incorporate your microtransactions. But pay to win, no. That's where you overstepped it out.
Alright, so, next up on the list. Oh, well, actually, I guess if I was to poll you guys right now, you would all say summoning an OSRS, yay or nay, start Bloodhound. Just yes or no.
Obviously, nay.
Buddy? No.
Nah.
Constant?
I would also say nay.
I would say no.
I just
Just
think
to
it's
add on to that too, did you guys see the recent poll from Mod Ronan? I know it wasn't in our notes, but I was just curious if anyone was aware of the recent poll from Mod Ronan's Twitter account.
I did not see it.
He's polling on his Twitter account right now to bring the Staff of the Light to Old School.
Oh, you told me about that. I remember.
Yeah.
So last week we had a poll. It was what's your favorite skill, and it didn't have any other combat skills in it, including Slayer. And funnily enough, farming won.
How?
Well, we only got 4 votes. I don't know if you guys
What's
voted or not, but farming won. Fletching and fishing tied for second. Hunter, herblore, mining, smithing, woodcutting, firemaking, runecrafting, construction, agility, thieving, crafting, and cooking didn't even get a single vote.
Oh, no, I definitely didn't vote because
I didn't vote either.
There. I was almost positive I voted on that. And I voted cooking because I like cooking.
I don't remember what I voted. I honestly don't know.
Probably farming because you're weird.
I voted farming.
You're so...
I don't think I voted farming. I think I voted thieving or something like that. Did thieving have a vote?
No, thieving didn't have a vote. It was only farming, fletching, and fishing.
I think I did fishing.
Fishing is nice and
Definitely
quiet.
Didn't do farming.
That's funny because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm fishing on my Iron Man. Told you guys it's my favorite skill.
So you guys weren't on earlier, so we had to skip the what we did this week. Do you guys want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll go from Buddy, Constant, and then Blood, and then me. So you just tell everybody what you guys do in the past week or so on RuneScape. Well, I guess for Buddy and Constant, you guys weren't here Buddy and Blood, you guys weren't here last week. So it'll be the last 2 weeks.
Well, I've been grinding Nightmare Zone. Got myself basically 90 strength. Had everyone ditch me and go to RS3. Swapped to RS3. Said I was going to play RS3. Got on there. Keep mine on max combat. Staked. Got a bunch of money. Bought a year's membership. Kept staking. Got a bunch of more money. Started to play. Got bored. And then I made an Iron Man on Old School, and that's what I've been doing. I got 30 attack, 30 strength from waterfall, 51 agility, 25 thieving, 37 fishing, and 38 cooking. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Been working on my Iron Man. Try to rejuvenate my love for the game by playing Iron Man.
It's gonna make you hate your life though.
What about you, Constant?
For me, I've been on the quest grind. I've been questing like crazy on RS3. I got Desert Treasure done because I have good stats. I'm 2100 overall, but I just did not quest. I had I think 16 quest points or something. Yeah, I did not quest at all. So I got over the week I got Desert Treasure, Lunar Diplomacy, and I'm working on. Well, I got the Elder Kennel and the World Awakes quest completed as well for the abilities and the ring to teleport to the fight kennel. But I'm working on curses right now, and the Curse of Arav, or what is it, Varrock? There's like a shit ton of quests for that. Finding that out.
Dimension of Disaster.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. But once I get those all completed, I should have curses once again, and Lash will be awesome when I go to buffs.
What about you, Blood?
I created an Iron Man and died an hour later.
A hardcore Iron Man. Keep that
Oh,
in
yeah,
mind.
sorry, hardcore Iron Man died an hour later.
Called it. Didn't want to say I called it, but I definitely called it.
No idea how. I was definitely in a safe spot. I looked away for 2 seconds to grab my vape juice. I come back and I'm looking at the chat box, and all I see is, "You died. You lost your hardcore Iron Man status." And this game. I'm logged. Other than that, I'm fishing a shark.
You got mugged or you got highwaymanned?
There's no way though. Like, I was in a building in a safe spot doing the witch's house quest.
Oh, there's no safe spot in the witch's house.
Yes, there is. On the third form, when it turns into a bear, you can like stand in the back behind the box, and it can't hit you.
No, it's the 5th form. Pretty sure.
I think it's 3 and up.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
I looked for a couple seconds before I looked away, and I wasn't being attacked. And then I look away for 2 seconds.
Maybe the bear moved away, and you followed it out, and it won't hit you.
Well, that's gay. Either way.
Good conspiracy theory.
I want my 500 fire casts back, and I want my hardcore Iron Man status back. I think Jagex is ripping me off.
I wish you luck on that one.
Just have to go find Modley, remind him that we're friends.
So, as you guys know, I work a lot during the week, so Friday night I got on, and between Friday night and Saturday morning, I did a shit ton of quests. I set a quest goal for myself for this weekend, and I didn't get it finished, unfortunately, but I finished Night Swords, Fishing Contest, Witch's House, Waterfall, Fight Arena, Merlin's Crystal, Horror from the Deep, Grand Tree, Dragon Slayer, Lost City, Alfred Grimhand's Bar Crawl, Animal Magnetism, and Holy Grail.
Now, was this RS3 or OS?
RS3. The goal was to finish Desert Treasure by the end of the weekend. And I did that all in, 2 4-hour sessions or something like that. It's pretty crazy.
A lot of questing.
Yep, a lot of levels too. Lot of levels. I'm up to like 40 thieving now, and I need 50 for Desert Treasure, and 39 magic. I need 50. But I got all the other skills, so I'm almost there.
That's awesome.
I powerscaped it. So yeah, you guys were gone in the beginning, and I explained that the podcast is going to be broken up into sort of 2 major sections. So we're coming into our second major section, which is where we actually talk about RuneScape 3 and the updates that have come to RuneScape 3. So that is where we are now.
Sweet.
Well, that's going to be Constant's department in your department, Sub. I don't know how much I'm going to have to input on this one.
If it involves sharks, I've got a lot of input. That's all I do on RuneScape 3 is fish sharks nonstop. I love fishing, but I hate. Let me rephrase. I love fishing after 76 fishing.
Yeah. I can start if you want.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. One thing that they added for like a short period of time is the Vice Traders back. Basically, if you have a bunch of bonus XP and a skill, you don't really like care to have the bonus XP. You can go to Birthrub and talk to him, and you can trade in that XP for points. And with those points, you can either buy like a piece of a armor set that you don't have, that like boosts your XP, like a chef's outfit or a Jody outfit, or you could just trade it in for dungeoneering points if you really wanted to, or more XP to put in a different skill. So I think that's really cool. But I don't remember exactly how long he's here for, but it's not
He's
too
there
long.
for like 15 more days from today.
The 29th.
Well, that might be a lot shorter.
Yeah, we got him till
So
the 29th.
that's pretty cool. And then I'm gonna probably skip over the three dogs and let you talk about that. But I saw something. It was called like Lootscape, and basically, if you tune in to like RuneScape's like live
Live
stream every
streams.
Tuesday, you get like cosmetics as long as your Twitch is connected to your RuneScape account.
You get cosmetics and bonus experience.
I think that's kind of cool.
Easy skate.
So, as you said, three dogs, Hattie, Skull, and Fenrir are back. Hattie can be found southeast of Relica. Drops Hattie Paws, which give bonus combat experience as well as a cosmetic cloak and hood. Skull can be found by adding 120 logs to the bonfire west of the Relica entrance. Drops Skull's boots, which grants agility or woodcutting. It seemed like it was both bonus and regular XP, because I leveled up when I picked it up. I thought it was just bonus last year, but I guess I could be wrong. And then the last one was Fenrir, which is found over by the Slayer Cave, southeast of Relica near the Golden Tree. Drops Fenrir's Tooth, which grants bonus experience, and either Herblore or Summoning, as well as cosmetic body and legs. If you do these on World 2, which is the trading world, you can get them done really fast, really easy. It seems like there's always people camping the spawns, so that's what I've been doing, and I got a ton of bonus XP from those, because I got I've never done dungeoneering in my RuneScape 3 career. My RuneScape 3 character was made the week before Christmas or something like that. And from Christmas to now, I've gotten enough bonus XP from those and just the stars that you get, especially during Christmas time, that I actually traded all that bonus XP into Vic, like you were talking about earlier, and got a Bone Crusher. And then I was like, oh, shoot, I gotta get 21 Dungeoneering to buy it.
That's
How
cool.
much is the Bone Crusher?
34,000 tickets. It was close to 500,000 bonus experience trade-in.
So are the dogs just like a good way to get bonus XP, or what else
They've
can you
been-
get from them?
They've been around for years now, because I remember doing them a couple years ago. It's just mainly like a precursor to double XP weekend. They always have the dog things, and you get a
And
bunch
Vic.
of bonus XP, and then you get
And they have Vic too, so that you can get rid of that bonus XP if you
put
want.
in what you want to, or if you're like a maxed player, then you can buy outfits that you might not have or something like that. Or if you just don't care about bonus XP and want to buy outfits, like the new shark outfit.
I have a ton of outfits that I don't even have the full parts to, and I'm like, I don't really care about them because I don't like bonus XP so much.
Yeah.
I like bonus XP. I like double XP too.
I do like double XP though. They did a music survey. They want to know if you want your favorite tracks on Spotify and iTunes. So they're looking at a way to make this possible with over 1,200 tracks, and they want you to help. So if you go to the patch notes, you can actually look at there and clicky and help. They did some, there's some small patch notes. A number of messages that typically received on login have been removed or tweaked. The following can be toggled on and off in the chat settings. Player-owned port voyage complete. Player-owned port random flavor message. Eastern Lands login. Daily challenge login. See, dungeon map now reliably reopens for all party members. The players who previously were unable to take advantage of the 2-for-1 Rune Metrics Premier Club offer can do so now. Players can auto-redeem Dungeoneering token bags and cash bags won from Treasure Hunter. Holiday Parade no longer plays in the Grand Exchange. It's automatically been unlocked upon logging in for players who did not take part in the 2017 Christmas event. Sorry, I'm attacking another barbarian.
What was it about the Christmas event?
For those of you that didn't take part of it, the music is unlocked now. Skill plot icons will now appear in Dungeoneering sinkholes. Players can now combine used variants of Scrimshaw of Corruption and Aggression and Sacrifice. Yep. So that's it for the news there.
I know. Did we talk about it's an old school idea, but did we talk? I guess it's old school and RS3. Have we talked about Iron Man groups yet? I forget.
Don't think so.
No, I don't think so. There's an Iron Man podcast out there. That's about all we've ever covered on the show about Iron Mans.
We should be talking about that. I want to hear everyone's opinion. Do you guys know what it is, or
no?
Oh well, then allow me to enlighten you on the upcoming content that has lots of people all kinds of confused. There is new content coming out called Iron Man Groups. A lot of Iron Men that are big-time streamers that, have stuck to that, don't really like it. A lot of people do. Basically what it is you can create almost like a clan. It's like an Iron Man clan. But you can trade with the people in your Iron Man clan. Now, to give you the full description of it, here's why everyone's kind of like, I don't know if I really like this. Let's say I just today create a brand new hardcore Iron, right? And Buddy has had an Iron Man since it came out. He's got 10 twisted bows and all the goodies from old school RuneScape and, crap load of runes and stuff like that. He can invite me, a brand new Iron Man, to his group and be able to trade me over everything I would ever need. To me, I don't think that's an Iron Man. An Iron Man, again, is supposed to be you do it by yourself. A Iron Man group kind of just sounds like selective trading. I can do that on a regular account.
I agree. I don't like that idea.
I don't like it, but it doesn't really bother me because I don't have to deal with it. Like, I know, like as on my Iron Man that I'm on right now, like I'm earning everything. Like my 50K cash check that I got from doing an agility pyramid, I'm very proud of that 50K. Because like, I mean, it doesn't really bother me if they want to take the easy way out, then let them. But you know what I mean, like I'm gonna earn my own stuff.
But doesn't it kind of kill that pride? Like, for example, think about it. Let's say you had an Abyssal Whip as an Iron Man right now. Or no, better yet, let's say you had a Twisted Bow as an Iron Man right now, right? That's an achievement. You had to go do raids by yourself. Beat it with enough points to roll the rare drop table, and then get that super rare drop of the Twisted Bow. And so everyone knows you did that by yourself because of that Iron Man status and the fact that you have it. Now, after this, people could just be like, well, you're in a clan of Iron Man and somebody gave it to you, or something like that. Like they could just say you're lying. It's there's no.
But we don't have all the details on it yet, so we can't really trash talk too much yet. Because what if they make a different logo? Like they've got the Ultimate Iron Man logo, they got the Iron Man logo, they got the Hardcore Iron Man logo. They could make a group Iron Man logo so that you have a different logo than everyone else if you're in a group.
But see, if they did something like that, then yeah, that would be better because then at least the Iron Man that is wearing that bow either A might have gotten it traded or B that dude earned that shit. Because that's the only reason, honestly, on my other accounts I don't kill Iron Man because I know they're sitting there trying to earn this stuff themselves. If you're trading around with all your buddies and stuff, to me you're an open target.
I don't see why they would add like a group Iron Man rather than like. I don't think they should add it if they like add it say to like an Iron Man. Then it like kind of jacks with the Iron Man like leaderboards because say someone gives someone everything that they would need, they just power up their way through the leaderboard and then it moves people who are actually like trying to do everything themselves.
But then again, they could have a different set of high scores for group Iron Man. You never know.
Yeah.
Different set of scores, different icon, then I'd be okay with it. As it stands from what we know about it, though, no. Trash.
I agree, because I could have if I wanted to, I could create an army of Iron Men, put them in a group, and literally just do that to get like my free runes or whatever for one of the Iron Men, so that I can splash 99 Mage or something like that.
Can you imagine it now, Andrew? Or Buddy? Can you imagine it? Just create 100 random Iron Man accounts. All of them do the Stronghold of Security. Transfer it to one Iron Man. How would you feel about your 50k then?
Wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
Some level 3 walking around like 50 mil. I don't even know what to do with this.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of the group Iron Man unless, like you guys said, it has to have separate high scores. It has to have a separate icon so that people can tell those things.
Because that's an Iron Man pride and joy is his icon. I don't know any Iron Man that does not sit there and look at his icon and be like, "Wow, I'm an Iron Man." Like, you know what I mean? Like, talk to yourself on an RS, that way people know you're an Iron Man, kind of thing.
I used to look at my icon and be proud.
Then you died.
And then it turned silver.
I made it further as a hardcore Iron Man than you did.
Hey, I still have another hardcore Iron Man that's still very much alive. He's still
because you don't log into it.
That's the point. Still there. This one would have made it very far too. I honestly contemplated creating another hardcore Iron Man, but it's a whole nother membership and doing Tutorial Island again.
Yeah, Tutorial Island's the worst.
Is terrible.
It's sad that Tutorial Island can be the one reason that you don't make one.
I honestly would love Jagex. I would applaud them because I think it used to be in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it used to be in the game for old school at least that you were able to skip Tutorial Island. Like there was Skippy there, and you were able to be like, "Yeah, I've done this already," and just skip it.
I know you can on RS3, which is good because RS3, that is a terrible tutorial island. That thing takes like hours. I feel like.
I'm just saying, like I'm almost positive for a while there you were able to skip that because that would be nice. Because then people might actually create another hardcore Iron Man if they die early on instead of just saying, "Well, guess I'm keeping this."
But if we
skip
go
it
back
though,
to
you wouldn't
where,
get your 50 free arrows and stuff like that.
You go back to what we were talking about earlier about the group Iron Man. I mean, if they kept Tutorial Island in there, it'd probably be creating 100 Iron Man because they would have to do Tutorial Island 100 times. And I don't know who really wants to do that. I mean,
True. Maybe that's why they do it. It makes it hard for people to want to make bots and gold farmers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm reading the Reddit post now.
Yeah, I was gonna
Skippy
say
was removed.
Skippy was removed because of botting.
Just
It
making
made
it
it easier to create a bot. Because
Yeah, they can't
if you
just
don't,
bot
yeah,
Tutorial Island.
well,
unless they make a bot for it.
they will and they can, and I'm sure they're out there, but it's a lot harder to bot it than it is to click Skippy and be like, I'm done.
Yeah. It's so fried.
Dang bots.
Don't they ruin everything?
The bots
Yeah.
ruin everything.
There should just be like a name thing. Like if your name's all weird and shit, then you have to complete Tutorial Island.
They
If
could
you
make
actually
like
thought about your name, then
they could make a captcha like to use Skippy, I guess.
it'd be a good idea.
Like click all the pictures with a car inside of it, kind of thing. You know what I'm talking
Oh God, not those. I'll sit there for 30 minutes on that and be like, I'm clicking exactly where the sign is. It's like, no, you're not. But
I don't
no,
know that the captcha would work anyways because you literally, if that's all you gotta do is talk to Skippy, then that's all they're gonna do is create their characters, log in, talk to Skippy real quick, do the captcha, and then turn on the bot, and then start on the next account.
we'll see what the difference is, though. Like, yes, they're able to create their bots a lot, or, a good 30 minutes quicker. But the point is, they're still going to create the bots. They're still going to, go through with it,
It
even
was
if they
to
have
slow
to do
it down and make it harder for them. That was the main goal.
I don't know. Do you guys know exactly how they go about trying to, like, say, hey, this person's botting?
There's BotWatch that, what was that mod's name?
The one that made ours, Buddy, made the botting thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
The guy who made RS or OS Buddy, the kind of new client for old school, he used to create bots. Like he was big in the botting industry, and
Yeah,
then he went to RuneFest and like pulled a couple mods aside and said, "Here's what I'm doing on your game. What do you guys want to do for me?" And they hired him to stop bots, and that's just worked out so well.
I mean, it's better. I remember, like, you definitely get banned faster when you're botting. Like, back in the day, you could bot on cows for days and days and days. I remember how populated cows used to be back in the day. And they were all bots.
I just feel like I don't know, because I've been banned and I wasn't even botting, but I got banned for botting, and I don't know exactly saying this person's botting, because when I'm AFKing, I'm not necessarily looking at my chat. So say like a mod was saying something to me, I'm not like gonna always be looking at my chat when I'm AFKing. I'm AFKing. So I just don't know like what makes them say, "Oh, this guy probably not AFK. He's probably definitely a bot." Like I don't know.
No, it's much more complicated than that.
Flip a coin.
As you're playing RuneScape, I can't remember exact terminology here, but as you're playing RuneScape, it's basically sending information to Jagex's bot watch, saying what kind of client you're playing on, what IP you're playing from, stuff like that. And if they don't understand the client's information that it's sending them, as in if it was a bot client, then they're like, oh, we're gonna do this. But on occasions, bot watch glitches out and randomly accuses people of botting.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's kind of what ruined old school for me.
They had a big mishap on RuneScape 3 with bot watch where it banned, I think, close to like 100,000 accounts or something that were all innocent.
Did they unban them or?
Yeah, they unbanned everybody, gave them, I think, like a couple keys and a couple months of membership free and stuff like that. Like, they're like, yeah, our bad, but you know, for a while there was a lot of accounts that got banned really fast.
The thing is, though, you can't even like argue it. Like it says you can what is it? What is it?
Repeal.
Yeah, repeal your ban, but you really can't.
Yep.
They don't ever like. I feel like they just need to work on their communication, like we said before. If they literally just made it to where like, okay, because they say they have evidence, so evidence, and like here is proof that I wasn't botting. Like I was literally the whole time. You can check my computer software. I don't have any things downloaded. Like because that can get your account like permanently, banned, and then all that hard work that you put into your account's just gone.
Yeah.
There's this, sorry guys, I'm kind of distracted. There's this hardcore Iron Man right next to me on Lumbridge, pickpocketing men. Don't know if he's like AFKing or botting, but he's on like 1 HP, so if he gets smacked again, this dude's dead. And I know he's a hardcore because he's got the red armor on.
Maybe
I
he
was
just,
logged into RS3 the other day, and I saw that a hardcore Iron Man died with max stats.
oh yeah, I've seen that a few times.
Rip.
That's just terrible to see.
Don't get smacked there, hardcore.
Yeah, that would be.
I used to have pretty red armor.
Do they take your armor away whenever you die?
Yes.
Yeah.
It gets downgraded to the regular armor.
Ouch.
I wonder what the armor looks like on RuneScape 3.
I don't know. I've never seen a Iron
I've
Man
never
or a
looked.
hardcore.
I wonder if there is armor.
Like,
Iron Man RuneScape.
you get armor for being an Iron Man.
It's just
On
like
old school, you do, yeah.
it's like just the equivalent of iron armor, but only
Still
Iron Man.
free starting armor.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
mean,
guys.
can't we talk about it?
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end this here. We appreciate you guys coming out and watching the show. One note here. We do have a clan now. It's the RuneScape show on RS3. I don't think that carries over to OS. We've got our clan Citadel up and running. So if you guys want to join us, you're more than welcome to get a hold of one of us and come on in. You can catch me on Twitter. I'm actually at OSRS Show on Twitter. Go ahead and Bloodhound, what's your Twitter handle?
I have no idea.
Buddy?
Buddy RS.
Constant?
Mine's at Constantrs.
So you can find us there on Twitter if you guys want. You can email the show if you'd like. It's at... Oh, I don't remember for sure. I'd hate to tell you the wrong thing. I think it's at it's old school RuneScape show at gmail.com. So feel free to drop us an email there if you want. I think that's it for me and for Bloodhound and Buddy and Constant. We'll see you guys next time, and keep on scaping.
Later.
We're not recording, but we're still online.
Nice. Hey, look at what I put in the memes.
I just saw that pop up. Went and look at
Yeah, look at what I'm hovering over.
it.
You see it, Jesse?
Yep.
You're the only one that's gonna get it. That's Jesse's old account, and it says previous name Hardcore Iron Man. Not a hardcore anymore, are ya?
Someday.
Hey, you can fish lobs at Camelot, right? That's a thing. They're there.
Yep. I think you can do almost any fishing there.
Dang near.